Welcome back everyone, I'm Games and this is EVE Online. You see before you another Tech 1 fitted Tech 1 Battlecruiser, ready, willing and possibly able to run level 4 missions. So let's take a look at the fit of this thing and see if I'm going to change it up from when we did level 3 in the same fit, and whether or not it needs any tinkering before it does level 4. Let's have a look, turn the auto-targeter off. Okay, apparently I made a cap stable afterburner heavy missile. What's this rig? Ionic field projector, that's targeting range. Okay, so I made a long range heavy missile active shield tank fit, apparently designed to shoot and scoot all the way out to 80 kilometers. That's quite nice. So the range is good, DPS is a bit but 349, of which 274 comes from the missiles, which isn't great. Repair is pretty good at 81.8, because Cyclone get 7.5% bonus to shield booster amount per level of Minotaur and Battlecruiser. So level 5, I believe that's 37.5. Yep, 37.5% better shield boosting. That's the equivalent of having like a Tech 2 shield boost amplifier. So that's quite nice. That comes pre-built in the ship. Resistances are kind of okay. I mean, obviously we can get these better by using dedicated hardeners, because once again, this has been filmed after the Legion expansion, and the shield hardeners have gotten a lot of their actual hardening back. So put an enduring kinetic and an enduring thermal on, just to bump up them to 62, 72, because we are in Galenti space. Most of the things we're fighting will be Serpentis or mercenaries, and they are weakest to kinetic and thermal. So that'll stand us in good stead. What can we do about the damage? Obviously we can use faction missiles instead of normal missiles. Now the other good thing about the Cyclone is that it gets a straight 7.5% bonus to heavy and heavy assault missile launcher rate of fire. It is not locked to any one damage type, unlike the Drake, which only got bonuses to kinetic. So we can use any of the 4 damage types. When we drag in the Caldari Navy version, we got up to 390. Same with the Mjolnir, same with the Nova, same with the Scourge. Doesn't matter what type, it gets a bonus to all damage types, which is lovely. So we'll go for Navy missiles. Is there anything else we want to do? I wouldn't mind getting the shield boost up a bit more. We have 2 rigs here, which are rigger rigs. These improve the explosion radius of the missiles, which makes them better for hitting small targets, because last time out we were using this ship in level 3 and there's more small targets in level 3. In today's video we're going to be doing level 4, and that means battleships and battlecruisers, and a little bit of cruisers and an even smaller amount of small ships. And the small ships we're going to leave to our drones, so we don't really need these riggers. So what can we do with this? What we're gonna do is go to rigs and fit an operational solidifier rig, which decreases the cycle time of our shield booster, so it now operates faster, so it gives us 96.3 hit points a second. Of course, because it's cycling faster, it's drawing more cap, so the cap has gone down to 8 minutes 9. We can probably fix that with the second rig. We'll do an engineering rig, Tech 1 cap control circuit, boom, back to being stable. So we've increased the DPS, we've increased the hardeners, we've increased the shield boost amount. Let's get rid of these crappy Tech 1 drones and replace them with faction drones. Again, I'm just going to be lazy and do 5 Caldari Navy Hornets. Again, A, because most of the things we're going to be facing are weakest to kinetic, and these guys do kinetic damage. And B, they've got more shield than any other type of drone, so they'll be able to last long enough to get back to the ship, should anything actually attack them. Okay, so now we've got faction drones. We're on 399 DPS. It's kind of on the low scale, but we can engage with our missiles all the way to our targeting range of 78.13. That includes our drones, because we've got a drone control link augmenter here, so the drones can go out to 80. Missiles go out to 79, we target to 78, and we're actually really quite fast. Even though we've only got an afterburner, we do hit 528 meters a second, so we should be able to pull range and stay out of harm's way, or just or circle enemies close and fast. to get the angular velocity up so their turrets miss us. So I'm going to go and buy all these new modules and we'll reconvene here and we'll get a level 4 mission. Alright, the ship has been modified, so let's get a mission. Alright, we have Smuggler Interception. We do have a faction badge, so this is against Angel Cartel. They're weakest to explosive, but second weakest to kinetic, so the drones are going to be okay. But what we're going to do, we're just going to quickly buy some Caldari Navy Nova ammunition and charges, Caldari Navy Nova heavy missile. Buy a couple of thousand of that, call it 1500, that should be more than enough. Load these into the ship like so. And we're going to change the tank because we don't need the thermal. Explosive and kinetic is what these guys are going to be fighting. That's good because explosive looks like our highest native shield resist. So now when we simulate 72 and 77 against the primary things that they're going to be firing at us. Now Angel Cartel primarily fire explosive and kinetic. Sometimes their missiles will be thermal or EM. So we could get every now and then a little bit of extra damage and we'll wonder why. It's probably because it's an EM missile that's hit us, but we'll be okay. Primarily they use guns that do kinetic and explosive, but they do fire the odd missile which is not. We have to bring back 10 militants. It's a total cubic volume of 20. We just about got enough cargo to get them back. We're being paid 733,000 ISK and 3,917 loyalty points for doing this. If we complete the mission within 3 hours and 48 minutes, we will be granted another 835,000. 348 tells you it's like medium hard difficulty for level 4. Let's accept and find out if that's true.
Active.
Right, we're on the way to the mission. We know this ship is cap stable. Let's turn everything on. It's an active shield tank, so hopefully the hit point readout will look like this forever. If it doesn't, then that means that our shield repairer is not repairing enough damage. So if the shield starts going down, we need to start worrying. If it gets to like 35, like 50%, we need to think about leaving. I'm probably not going to ungroup the weapons. We'll just be firing full volleys at everything. Okay, we have an in-gate. No welcoming committee on the in-gate. That's good.
Warp drive active.
And what do we have in this room? Oh, lots of stuff all spread out, and it looks like it's all at a decently long range. So let's go for this lot. Okay, they're actually too far away, so we're going to have to approach them. Breaker, we'll just go for that. There goes a full volley of heavy missiles. We'll spit out the light drones. I don't think anything here is going to aggress light drones. I'm not even seeing... I know there's a few frigates over here, but they're a million miles away. Well, first volley of missiles has finally hit the target. And this entire side of this room has aggressed. Okay. I think we're going to be okay. I'm just going to stop the ship. Let them approach me. Let's get rid of this cruiser next. Don't know where the drones are going. I think they're trying to attack all this lot over here. They are doing E-War on us, which is target painters, which blows up our signature radius, which means we'll take more damage from all types of weapons. Relatively recently, a graphical update changed the appearance of missiles, so each damage type looks different when it explodes, so you can tell at a glance what you've been shot with. Here's a missile incoming, here it comes. That looks like an explosive missile, I could be wrong. I have incoming enemy fire notifications turned off on the ticker, just because I don't really need them. But that would give us a readout, like a little icon. Now as we see, our drones have arrows, which is kinetic, and our missiles have the little explosive icon, and that works for the enemy as well. So if I had enemy damage notifications turned on, we would see the icons of what I have been shot with. But I don't really care, it doesn't really matter, the tank is absolutely fine. If the tank was breaking, then I might just quickly go into options and turn them on just to see why it's breaking. Let's actually turn the missiles on, shall we? There we go. Well, all the battleships are still on approach because they're only yellow walks. I don't think they've aggressed my drones because they're light drones and battleships don't usually aggress light drones. Right, now you can get that crusher. Even the battleships are only 375,000. That one's 431, but nothing dangerous here at all. I'm just kind of sitting still and face tanking because we can. Right, drones have nominated this guy as the next target, so we'll do that, and then we'll get rid of the other Gistum Smasher, and then we'll shoot at the 2 yellow box battleships. I mean, this is just totally chill so far. I'm going to reload my weapons. Luckily, we're not using rapid light, so it only takes 10 seconds to reload and not 35. And that was a massive volley. That was an absolutely stonking volley. Which means we're actually applying just fine. That's the thing about the missiles and the notification. All you will ever see on the notification feed is hit when your missiles hit. There is no hit quality with missiles, so it's very difficult to tell how well you're applying. Unless you do some math. I mean, you mouse over the group and it says it does 1420 explosive damage. So you think, okay, 1420 minus 40%. So, no, we'll just do it while we're looking. 1420 times 0.6, so 852. If we were applying maximum damage, which looks like we are, well, no, we're into his hull now. Damn it. Right, we'll see it with the next commander. Right, drones, let's go. So, 852 is perfect application to this guy. 852. There you go. That's the power of mathematics, boys and girls. We know that our missiles do 1420 damage per volley. Reduce that by 40%, that's 852. So when we see 852, that means we are applying perfectly. There's 852. There's 852. And I'm going to guess the next one's going to be 852. Yep, there we are. Lovely. So there you go. That's how you can very quickly work out how well your missiles are applying. And heavy missiles, medium weapons against big slow battleships, really, really good application. That is without the 2 application rigs that I had fitted. If you remember, we took those off to boost the shield. One more battleship to go, and then we'll start working on the rest of these guys. These guys seem to have come a little close, or is it me that moved? Okay, they have come close. They've aggressed the drones. That's why the drones are flying off over there to aggress them back. Strange. Things don't usually aggress light drones, but okay, you do you. I don't know why I target locked that wreck. Didn't need to do that. Right, drones, go. Let's just approach this crowd over here. We're going to have to aggress them at some point, so we'll just fly over there. I was going to say slowly, but because we're a Minmatar ship, even with just a Tech 1 afterburner, we're going 528 meters a second. I mean, that's respectable. Okay, so when we shoot this defeater, he has 25% resist.
A module has run out of charges.
So that'll be our 1420 multiplied by 0.75. So if we apply perfectly to this cruiser, we'll get 1065. I don't think we're going to be applying perfectly, but we'll see. We shall see. Almost in range of this lot. Now we know our targeting range is 7980, so we're almost there already. Right, drones can come back. Let's see how much are our volleys going to do. 1027, 1026, 1179 because it's in hull and he hasn't got any resistances on his hull. Alright, what about this breaker? What's his 24? So we should be doing a little bit more than 1065 if we've got perfect application. 830, not great. 833, really not great. Yes, the application to cruisers isn't fantastic, but it's enough. I mean, we're still smashing them to pieces. 29%. So 1420 times 0.61. 866. There's a 961, so 911. Okay, well, we're smashing this guy to pieces. We're applying fine to cruisers. I mean, that's the only things I'm really worried about. Right, let's wake the next lot up. I'm just going to wait for the frigate to be locked. There he goes. We'll just wake them up. We'll apply pretty terribly to this guy. As you'll see, we'll get like a couple of hundred maybe. Alright, or maybe we'll just smash it in 2 volleys. Yep, okay. I mean, it didn't apply all that well, but it's dead, so it applied well enough. Let's just reload. Right, maybe we don't need damage application for using medium missiles in these missions. There's very, very few things that are small enough to be worried about that. The only problem we might have is that some of these guys might get stuck behind this station, but it looks like they've actually been moved to this side, because they always used to spawn back here, and it was always a pain in the ass, because the AI is really stupid, and it would just try and fly directly towards you, and you're at the gate, so it would try and fly through the model and get stuck, which meant you'd have to actually fly all the way out there yourself to get into range, which was a pain in the ass. But it seems to have been fixed now. It's not often things get fixed in this game, but when they do, it's a nice surprise. Right, where's this Gisty Raider? Off you go, drones. You can go and play with the frigate. Go on, off you go. And once you've done that, you can pick a cruiser. I'm just going to approach the gate. Again, I don't have to worry about my own ship moving, because that doesn't affect my missiles at all. Missile application is always just about the explosion speed versus the enemy speed, and the explosion radius versus the enemy's signature radius. So the relative speed between our two ships doesn't matter at all for hit. Missiles will always hit if they're in range. Alright, we made it back to the gate. I'm just going to come to a halt. Blow up this cruiser next. One more cruiser and another battleship. Well, this has just been absolutely easy peasy for a medium hard 3 hours 40 minute whatever it was time bonus mission. It's been an absolute breeze so far. It helped that it was like 2 big groups that aggressed independently of each other. That always helps. Right, one more cruiser and a battleship to go. And there we go. Room 1 done. Let's reload the weapons, get through the gate.
Warp drive active.
Okay. One group of small stuff down here. Lots of big stuff up here. So let's take care of the small stuff first. Arch Gisty means elite, which means warp, jam and web, potentially. Let's just kill the destroyers first. So there's 2 Arch Gisty rogues and 2 non-elite frigates. I'm not applying all that well to the destroyers, but I wasn't expecting to. I don't particularly want to send my drones out, because these Arch Gisty might aggress the drones. And if they webify the drones and the drones are 57 kilometers away, they'll never get back to the ship before they're destroyed. But, I mean, we're just, what, 3 volleys maybe? 3? Okay, 4. 4? Alright, fine, 5 volleys. But we can kill them with the missiles, not a problem. I'm going to start locking up the battle cruisers. There we are, lovely. One of them's too far away apparently, but that's fine. As soon as I shoot one, all of this lot are going to start moving towards me. Right, that's the arch gone, so that now means we can just start shooting at the cruisers with my missiles. Battle cruisers, I should say, and my drones will take care of these little frigates down there, not a problem. So the thing about missiles is that they do have travel time. Unlike turret weapons, when you shoot at something and it instantly damages it, the missiles do actually have to physically travel all the way to the target. I'm not quite sure how that works from a physics point of view, because bullets also have to move through space. But you know, game balance. Alright, the drones have finished these little frigates off. Why is this lot aggressed and all this other lot not? That's strange behaviour, but if you're going to do that, then that's fine. What I shall do then is lock up the ones that have aggressed and unlock the ones that have not. Okay, if you want to do it like that, that's fine. Apparently the drones think this gifted general is a good thing to chew on. I'm going to keep an eye on these two little frigates here. If they start moving across, that means they've noticed what my drones are doing. So far, nothing on the left-hand side seems to be moving towards the drones, so that's a good sign. I'm not seeing any signs of fire going to the drones, so that's good. It's very good. I like that. The only things that are hitting me are the occasional missiles that are coming from the bad guys, and that's very much ancillary. Most of their weapons, as we see, are machine guns, because they're Angel Cartel, and they're all missing, and they do have a couple of heavy missiles that now and again hit me, and it's just not doing anything. So, happy days. This has been an absolute breeze. I just hope I don't run out of ammunition. I do only have 500 rounds of ammo left, that's not great. Whoops, maybe I should have bought more. The battleships these guys are flying is the Macario class battleship, and for many years this was the best ship for running level 4 missions by far. Did about 1400 DPS with autocannons, applied really well even to small targets. It was really fast, it got warp speed bonus as well when you're blitzing missions. It was the absolute king. And then Marauders got absolutely hyper buffed, and that was that. That was the end of the dominance. Well, looks like this mission's really easy actually. I'm just going to reload my weapons, shoot at this Battlecruiser, bring the drones back in, wait for everything to aggress, and then spit them back out. This has been an absolute turkey shoot. That's a good thing about having long range for missions. If you can shoot things and apply damage from a long way out, you can kill things long before they get into range to hurt you. I mean, all of this stuff has aggress now, but it's only yellow box, which means it's on approach. And that guy's dead already. That guy is red box. He's actually shooting at me, so he must have artillery. Everyone else is short range. Easy as you like. I'm going to start shooting at the Gist commanders, I think. Good. The frigates look like they're within drone range now. That's great. Just get them target locked, and away go the drones. Off they go. There's one. Get the drones on the second one. Then the drones are going to come and help me get rid of the commander. And then I'll destroy the other two battlecruisers. These battlecruiser models are new. It's the Angel Cartel battlecruiser known as the Kisrael. Very, very similar to a Hurricane Navy issue, just slightly better than the Navy issue Hurricane. Pretty snazzy looking thing. Before they had these models, they had exactly the same model as the cruisers, and it looked really weird. No. Applying to these is just not a problem. They're just disappearing in massive chunks. Right, after this guy's dead, 3 more battleships and then 2 little transport ships. The last one of which we kill will have 10 militants. In fact, they probably both have 10 militants on board. I love how in missions these pretty much unarmed haulers just do the same thing that every other enemy does and just charge at you and fire their teeny tiny little pop guns. They will have one weapon. Yeah, they can see it, just about see it on the top there. They've got like some light autocannons, like frigate sized weapons, so they'll approach me and try and kill me, which is just really weird. It would be pretty cool if transport ships that you had to destroy for the missions tried to break off and warp out and you had to stop them. And that's kind of what they've done with home front operations. There are home fronts like that where you have to stop transport ships escaping. Just another reason why they don't work on missions anymore, because they've got all new stuff to break. Commander's going down quite easily. We'll do the 2 war generals next. Saw a little sliver of red on the tank. It's not superb, but we're about to kill one of the 3 battleships that's shooting at us. I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm sure we'll destroy everything in this mission long before our own tank fails. I am sitting still. I haven't moved since we landed here. I've literally just... This is where we landed from the acceleration gate. Just let their machine guns patter uselessly off my shields. I mean, it does look really cool, doesn't it? Proper sci-fi battle stuff. You gotta love that. That does look sweet. The main problem we're finding on these missions is how much ammunition I'm expending. It is rather a lot. Let's get this down here out the way. There we go. Shields, absolutely not a problem. Application to small things, as we saw with our quick math, we were not applying perfectly to cruisers, but good enough. We were killing them in like 3 volleys, so who cares? Against battlecruisers, we're absolutely wrecking them. Against battleships, we're getting the perfect application because we worked out with the calculator. Against frigates and destroyers, who cares? That's what we've got drones for. So we didn't really need the application rigs, which is kind of why I took them off. Because medium-sized weapons against large-sized battleships, you're always going to apply really well. 2 transport ships are still on approach. Suppose we should just turn the afterburner on and approach them. Let them get their little pop guns into range, so... more importantly, so I can be next to them when they explode, so I can just pick up what's in their wrecks instantly. So yeah, Cyclone, excellent, excellent ship, thanks to the shield boost bonus. It's very nice to have the hardeners back with their 53. If they were Tech 2, they'd be 55% resist. Very nice to have them back to where they were. For 5 years, they'd been reduced by 20% in effectiveness, because the developers thought that people were not blowing up enough, and then after 5 years of us telling them they were wrong, they finally put it back to where it was. Pop. That's one gone. Stop the ship. Nah, overshot the wreck. There we go. 10 militants on board. And the other one's gone. He'll have 10 militants as well. Well, it was easy. Oh, I tried to reload my weapons, but I didn't actually have enough on board to reload them. Okay, so that means that we fired pretty much 1,500 missiles on that mission. Ew.
Drive active.
That's rather disgusting. Well, we do only do like 400 DPS. Yeah, 399.5, and that's with faction ammo and faction drones. So yeah, 400 DPS is going to take quite a while to kill things on level 4s. But anyway, job done. Right, let's hand this mission in. Complete mission. Well, that was easy. Cyclone was never in any trouble. The biggest problem we had was almost running out of ammunition. We started the mission with 1,500 missiles, and we ended up with about 40. Whoops. So, yeah, only does 400 DPS, but it does apply it perfectly all the way out to 80 kilometers, and the range was the key. We were killing things long before they were in range to harm us. Anything that did get close enough to harm us was defeated by the shield hardener and excellent repair stats of this ship. So yeah, Cyclone worked just fine, thank you very much. So come back next time and we'll finish off this little mini series with the Hurricane, and we'll see how that handles level 4 missions. Until then, do look after yourself, and I'll speak to you again soon.